Hi, good morning. Thanks for being
Hello.
here. Ritush Tandon, running for Congress.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you so much, Roger, and thank you so much, every audience here. Um, I know that this is Saturday and a long week, but thank you so much for coming here and listening to my presentation. This is Ritesh Tandon. I'm running for Congress from District 17, which include Fremont, Newark, San Jose, Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, Milpitas, and Cupertino. First of all, I briefly want to talk about myself. My grandfather, who's a freedom fighter in the fight for India's independence, he taught me the value of the freedom and liberty. 22 years ago, I immigrated to the United States, and I came here for my education. I did my MS and MBA from Santa Clara University, and I worked for the Cisco and the Fortune 500 companies. The day I arrived here, even before I started my education, I started working for the underserved people and community. I have a lot of passion to help the people, help the community, work for them, and how I can improve their life. I'm so grateful that opportunities this country has given me. And I really enjoyed the American life. But unfortunately, today, what is happening, that many of our elected representatives, they are taking our United States for granted. And they are favoring their own personal interests and serving to the bosses in Washington, D.C. over the people right here. In fact, I can tell you, my district, District 17, it is neglected for some time now. It's a time we should start focusing on our needs and need of the people. We have some common sense solution, which I like to talk about, and I like to give brief about it. I know we have only 10 minutes, so I'll talk about some policies and some of the other policies. You can always look into my website, and you can also go further detail. My first thing is fairness in public education, hiring and contract. Basically, I oppose a Prop 16. I don't know, everyone, you must have heard about this Prop 16. Prop 16, it allows the race-based discrimination for admission in UC colleges, public employment, and public contract. I think this is not a fair bill. What my opponent is endorsed and pushing. People will be measured with the color of their skin, not with their merit. And I see this bill is a highly unfair bill because it will make the California as more socialist state. We need the people here to enjoy the American dream. They need to work hard. They need to earn it. And those who are behind, we can actually help them. In fact, what I see today, there is a lot of room for the improvement in K-12 education system. This is where I like to bring. I like to give more school choices to the parents so the school will compete with each other and they can raise the bar. I like to use more technology, better college preparation schools, and the greater teacher accountability. I see that that is missing today. I also want to help our children with the vocational training program so that they can become semi-skilled, and if you're looking for some job, they can start working. It is very sad to see that my opponent Ro Khanna, who signed the pledge that he will not support race-based discrimination and such type of bills, but then recently he went ahead and endorsed it. And he's working hard to create the race-based division in the society, which I think is not fair. Second topic I want to talk about is the Silicon Valley jobs. In fact, after COVID, it has completely changed the Silicon Valley. Now we have to start thinking about the bio Silicon Valley. 22 years ago, when I came to this country, I worked for the Silicon Valley along with my nonprofit work. Today, it's very sad to see that because of this high government regulation, high taxes, government intervention, high cost of living in the Bay Area, 18,000 companies, they have moved out of Silicon Valley in the last 10 years. This is all impacting people and the livelihood of everyone. We are here in the Silicon Valley. The people are more innovative, more creative. And this is where actually our plan for the Silicon Valley is. We want to work closely with the government. We want to work with all local politicians, colleges, and focus on the next generation technologies. The next generation technologies, what I believe important is artificial intelligence, quantum computing, advanced manufacturing, robotic, advanced medicine. We can put the seed of these next generation technologies from 8th or 9th grade in our children, and then let it grow. And by the time they graduate from the college, when they are in the third year or fourth year, they can start doing the internship. And that internship will pay some money of the tuition fees. At the same time, when they come out from the college from the fourth year, they will be fully ready and companies will absorb them. It is a win-win for companies, win-win for children, as well as many children which I see, they are very confused what they want to do in the third year, fourth year, but this will also give them idea of the real life, what is happening. So in fact, I like to bring the more close cooperation between the Silicon Valley and colleges. Also, in the schools, we have old 10-year-old structure and the education pattern, we need to reform that. So in brief about the Silicon Valley, what I'll do is what President Trump has done, it keep the low taxes. I'll continue to keep the same taxes as it is, but reasonable regulations. I'll introduce more federal program for the startup. Some of the startup, they are very good for the human being. For example, look into the fires, what is happening here, but no companies have invested because they don't, all the venture capitalists don't see the revenue coming out. But at the same time, it is very good for the Californian people that if we have some new technology and latest technologies that can cure, that can curb the fire from happening. And this is where actually I'll focus more. And also I will encourage more domestic manufacturing. With the tax incentives and everything, we need to bring our manufacturing back into the United States. It need to be here, outskirts of the valley, or it need to be in any part of the United States, but it need to be United States. We need to protect our innovation, what we are doing today. We need to put our children working with the valley so that it's a win-win situation. I can tell you my opponent, actually his last 4 years not done anything for the valley. He's just focusing on his own personal self, serving as a campaign coach for the Bernie Sanders. As was the Rishi, what he was talking about, the homelessness, no one even have look at the homelessness problem. In fact, federal government and people can do a lot more here, and we can improve the life of people and let them enjoy their life. Because the people, they are homeless, not because of they want to be. There are circumstances which is beyond their control. And as a human being, we need to help other human beings. Another topic I want to talk about is immigration and border security. Immigration, that need to be based on the merit. And those immigration should not impact any American job. We need to protect the Americans and American people. And no immigration policy should displace any American jobs. We need to work up and protect our border security. In fact, yet humanly, I can tell you, we need to treat even undocumented people, those who are entering illegally, but at the same time, we have to stop them. We have to stop them, and we have a plan. In fact, what we like to do is we want to implement a high-tech solution to stop the visa overstay. Because today, the 60% of illegal immigration is happening because of the visa overstay. At the same time, we would like to have the strict rules that anyone who's breaking, we will deport them. I can tell you my opponent, Ro Khanna, he co-sponsored the bill, which is called as HR 5383 bill, that will allow undocumented criminals to stay in the country, even any serious crime they do. I think it is not safe for the Americans and the American people, and we need to stop that. Also, I like to believe in the police reform, not the defending police or abolish ICE or let the criminal to stay in the country. This is what my opponent pushed for that. I like to bring and reform the police procedure, give them better sensitivity training, and the greater community interaction with the police. Police, they are putting their life and they are protecting us. We need to ensure that we continue to work and treat them as a family and protect them. At the same time, we work together and move further. Another thing I want to talk about is the healthcare. Today, when we look into the healthcare part, every human being, especially in the United States, which is one of the richest country in the world, they deserve the healthcare, and we can provide it. But the way the whole thing is present today, that Medicare for all and all those things, that is not possible, because Medicare for all requires $3 trillion. And when we look into the profit of all the drug industry and everyone, the profit of the drug industry is only about $80 billion, $20 billion for the insurance companies. So your net saving by doing the one care platform is only 100 billion. But let's add the 600 billion premium what you are paying, it becomes 700 billion. Let's tax the rich people 100%, because rich people make more than around $1 trillion. Let's tax them 100%. You are still at 1.6 trillion. From where you are going to bring $1.4 trillion? In fact, there is no plan. And this is where actually my problem comes into picture. I think we should work and focus on practical solution. We should allow the same drugs imported into the United States, because today what is happening, the drugs actually is sold in the United States is very expensive, whereas the drugs which is sold in Canada and all the other places, they are much cheaper. It's the same drug. We need to have the program to with the minimum FDA issues, we should import the drugs. Second thing is price transparency. This is where the President Trump is pushing is very hard. We need to ensure that price transparency is there so that people can shop around and they can pick the right plan and right place where they can get their operation surgeries done. Also, we need to have the smaller clinics. Today, what is happening that any problem happen, people rush to the emergency. And in the emergency, those companies, those hospitals, they build $25,000, $30,000 just for the 4 or 5 hours thing. And the person who is going to the emergency, they have to wait for 6 or 7 hours before they are getting any treatment. I think it's not fair. Everybody lose here. We need to have the small incentive clinics so that the people can immediately get the facility without much issues. Also, we have to have the more insurance plan options. So the young people who are actually who are very healthy, they can easily get the plan which will be slightly cheaper. Why they should pay for the high thing? Again, for the economy, I want to say that we have to focus on small businesses and the companies, because very sad to see that the small businesses, they will disappear very soon if we don't do anything much for that. Today, I see my opponent, he's helping the rich VCs and the rich companies, those who are funding them. It's not fair, because I'm working with the many Latino communities and Latino people. They lost their job. They are dependent on daily income, and that is not happening today. What I will do is I will increase the testing, slowly open the business side very carefully with the testing, as well as I like to protect the seniors, those who are very much vulnerable to the COVID. I want them to stay home, and once we have the vaccine, then only they can come out. I have many other policies for affordable housing, where I plan for the low-cost housing for the community, because Silicon Valley is going out of, I can say, blue, and the housing cost is so high. And you can look into my website for a lot more details what I like to do. Also, I like to build the Bay Area infrastructure. Today, when we look into the infrastructure, the federal government can do a lot more. But this is not happening today because my opponent keep on bashing the president, and they are not working together. We need to set aside the bipartisan politics and work for the people. And also, we need to solve the climate change problem. I want to just give one personal appeal, and then I'll end this. I just want to tell you that I'm not a politician. I entered into the race when I see that things have gone far left. And if we don't enter now, it will be too late, because people are leaving the Silicon Valley, companies are leaving the Silicon Valley, and this will end in very bad shape. I just like to request you to visit my website, which is tandonforcongress.com, look into my policies, and see if you can consider voting for me and help me to bring the change and help me to improve the life of the people right here in the Bay Area. Thank you so much for listening to me. Once again, this is Ritesh Tandon, running for Congress on District 17. My website is tandonforcongress.com. Thank you.